So today we have a yoga sequence that is going to focus on alleviating stress. Mostly all yoga helps with alleviating stress, but this one is specifically targeted towards stressful situations. It's longer poses, longer breathing poses that are specifically designed for stress. So when we experience stress in the modern day world, our body is constantly in fight or flight mode. So back in the olden days, or when prehistoric days, our ancestors, when they would come across, say, a saber-toothed tiger, that's when their body would go into fight or flight mode because they'd have to fight to survive. So it goes into the survival mode. In modern day society, our body is constantly in fight or flight mode. Almost all the time when we're driving in traffic, when we're going to work, when we're at school trying to meet deadlines, our body's just going into that survival mode. So that causes us to become stressed. Being in that mode makes us stressed. So this class is just really focusing on slowing down. When we become stressed, our breathing becomes short and rapid rather than long and deep. So when you come back to the breath and you come back to long, deep breathing, it automatically brings you back into a state of relaxation. So even it's a beautiful tool to use if you're in traffic or trying to meet a deadline and you start to feel that stress overcome your body, just come back to the breath and slow it down. Adding postures with it makes it go even deeper into alleviating stress. So we're moving prana throughout our body, clearing the energy and really calming down the nervous system. So we'll begin class, and we're going to start by coming into a wide-legged child's pose. So bringing the big toes together, we'll gently pull the knees apart, sitting on our heels. If our seat doesn't reach the heels, feel free to bring a block underneath or a pillow. And then we're just going to walk our hands forward, ground down through our forehead. We'll extending the hands forward, reaching the fingertips forward. Hands are about a mat-width distance apart. And I invite you just to close your eyes here and come back to the breath, really focusing on the breath, taking long inhalations and long exhalations. Try to make every inhalation and every exhalation at least 4 counts, if not longer. Trying to make every inhalation and exhalation the same number of counts. So just breathing here. Letting any tension go from the body, knowing that this time is for you. You have nothing else to focus on but your breath. Take one more full inhalation to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. And then inhale, we're going to walk our hands over to the right side of the mat. Ground down again through the forehead, feeling a stretch through the left side of the body, the left arm, left shoulder. Again, taking an inhalation to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, let's walk our hands over to the left side of the mat. Ground down again through your forehead. Feeling a stretch in the right side of the body, the right arm. And let's inhale to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Inhale, come back to center. Ground down again through the forehead. And then we're going to bring our arms behind us here, keeping the forehead grounded. Interlock the fingers. Try to keep the wrists together. And if it's available, lift your arms and your wrists up overhead. Feeling a deep stretch in the shoulders. Breathe into the shoulders. Feel that prana opening up, the energy flooding through your body. Shoulders hold so much tension, so many worries, so many stresses. So really allow yourself to release here, allow yourself to surrender. Breathe into any places of tension. Send in energy throughout the body. And take one more full inhale to the count of 4. And then exhale, lower the wrists, bring the hands back down to the earth. Push up and come into a tabletop position. And then in tabletop position, we just want to make sure our shoulders are in line with our wrists, our hips in line with our knees. Knees are hip width distance apart, hands are shoulder width distance apart. And make sure your hands are spread wide here, engaging through the fingertips. From here, we're going to inhale, drop our belly, and let our chest shine up. Our head comes up. Really breathing here. Inhale, and then exhale. We're going to drop our head round our spine and draw the belly in. Like an angry cat, releasing through the neck, letting your head hang. Inhale, you can exaggerate the movement, bend the elbows. Drop the belly and let the heart shine up towards the sky. Exhale, drop the head. The belly comes in around the spine like an angry cat. Inhale, come back. Bend the elbows, let the heart shine. And continue moving at your own pace with your breath. Inhaling, letting the heart shine up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Close your eyes here and allow the movement to be intuitive. So maybe it also feels nice to move your head, boogie your shoulders, circle your hips. See what your body is craving today. This pose is so good for our spine. It works with all 7 of the chakras. We spend so much of our lives at desks, hunched forward, that we never really get to stretch our spine. So this is so good to do after work of sitting all day, hunching forward. It will just help loosen up the spine, bring more flexibility to the spine. Take one more full inhale. And exhale here. And then inhale, come back to tabletop position. And from tabletop position, we're going to walk our hands forward. Bring our forehead down to the earth here. And make sure we're keeping our hips in line with our knees. So there should be a sway in the back here. Feeling an extension through the shoulders, a nice stretch. And imagine that our chest is melting into the mat. It's called melting heart pose. So imagine any worries of the heart, anything that no longer serves you, pouring out of the heart, letting the mat catch it. Really just grounding down here, sinking into the posture, breathing long, breathing slow. Breathing into those shoulders, the neck. If you want more of a stretch in the neck, you can bring the chin forward. This is puppy pose in hatha. Again, just slow down the breathing. And check in with the body, check in with the face. Are you relaxing the face? Relaxing through the jaw, the lips, the forehead. With every breath, allow your body to relax a little bit more. Take one more full inhale here to the count of 4. And then exhale to the count of 4. Then inhale and begin to walk your hands back to center. Come back into a tabletop position. Do whatever rebound makes your body feel nice. Maybe sway side to side. Do a couple cat-cows. And then I invite you to inhale, curl your toes, lift up your knees. And then exhale, bring the tailbone up to the sky, coming into a downward facing dog. So first downward dog of the day, and here we just want to focus more on posture rather than depth. So first thing we want to look at is our hands. Make sure the hands are spread wide, and then check in with the index fingers and make sure they're in line pointing to the top of the mat or slightly turned out. We just want to make sure they're not turned inwards. Making sure they're in line with the top of the mat or slightly turned out helps us to externally rotate the shoulders. Another thing that helps with externally rotating the shoulders is pushing into the index finger and thumb point. That will really help externally rotate those shoulders. Then from here, often people think your legs have to be straight in downward dog. And that's fine if your spine is straight, but if your spine is hunched over and your legs are straight, do not compromise the spine for straightening the legs. So just bring a bend in your knees and then push the tailbone up towards the sky. You can get it so much higher. Feel the length through the spine here. If this is easy for you, then you can lengthen through the legs and get that nice stretch in the hamstrings. You can walk out your dog here, lift the heels side to side. You can shake the head. The gaze stays towards the back of the feet, pushing through that index finger and thumb. And then all together, take a full inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, we're going to walk to the top of the mat. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Keep a soft bend in the knees. And then from here, we're just going to allow ourselves to hang. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows here, maybe swaying side to side. If you want more of a stretch in your neck, you can interlock your fingers where the base of the head meets the neck and just rest the hands here. It will further stretch out the neck. If you want more of a stretch in the shoulders, you can interlock the fingers, bring the wrists overhead like we did in child's pose, and allow yourself to hang here. Whatever feels best to you, let gravity do the work. Close your eyes and feel every vertebrae in your spine slowly being pulled apart, slowly being stretched. Allow it to feel good. And imagine anything that no longer serves you pouring out of the top of your head, falling into the earth, letting the earth catch it, allowing it to dissipate any worries, fears, stresses. Breathe in here. Take one more full inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Releasing the hands wherever they're at, bringing them down to the earth. We're going to bring our index finger and our middle finger around the big toe of both hands. Then we're going to open our elbows like a book. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, pull the elbows down. We want to draw the belly in towards the thighs. You can bend the knees here to get the belly on the thighs, elbows opening like a book, forehead below the knees. Feeling a stretch in the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. Mostly all lower back issues are connected to tight hamstrings often. Everything in our body is connected. So we have to work on opening all parts of our body, and it usually will help in parts of other areas. Take one more full inhale to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. And inhale, you can release the hands, come halfway up. Bring the hands on the shins if you like. Again, focus on having a straight spine. Then exhale, come forward fold, forehead below the knees, belly on the thighs. Then inhale, we're going to bring the arms overhead, palms press overhead, gaze follows. Exhale, bring it into the heart. Beautiful. So we're coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. So you can have your hands, your feet either hip width distance apart or the big toes together heels slightly apart, whatever feels best to you. Inhale, we're going to lift up all our toes, spread the toes wide, feel the engagement in the balls of the feet, strong through the feet, feeling the connection of the balls of the feet on the mat. Exhale, lower the toes, but keep that engagement in the balls of the feet, feel that connection, feel your whole foot on the mat connected to the earth, connected to the mat, feeling strong and grounded. We're going to lift up our kneecaps, tuck in our tailbone, draw the belly in, shoulders rolled back, chest is lifted, heart shines, crown of the head lifted, hands at our side, fingertips extended, feeling energy through the fingertips. This is Tadasana, mountain pose, feeling strong, stable like a mountain, ready to conquer anything. We're going to inhale, bring our arms overhead, gaze follows, and then we're going to interlock the fingers all except the index fingers. Then we want to check in with our arms, try to bring them behind the ears, draw the shoulders down. Take a full inhale, rise through the crown of the head, then exhale, we're going to push our hips over to the left, and keeping our chest lifted, shoulders in line, we're going to begin bend over down to the right. Pushing the hips out, keeping them squared, shoulders squared, chest lifted. Inhale, and exhale, push down, down, down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, we're going to do the same thing other side, so pushing the hips over to the right, keeping them squared, chest lifted, shoulders squared, shoulders away from the ears, lowering down over to the left side, belly's drawn in, heart shining, coming down gently. Take a full inhale, exhale, come down, down, down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, we're going to bring our left arm forward and our right arm back, looking over our right shoulder. Inhale, we're going to come back, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center, palms press overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Forehead below the knees, belly on the thighs. Inhale, come up into halfway lift. Again, either hands framing the feet or hands on the shin. Make sure the spine is straight, not overextending the neck so the chin stays slightly drawn in, not forward. Gaze at the ground and forward. Exhale, we're going to plant our hands down on the earth, step back into plank pose. In plank pose, make sure the shoulders are in line with the wrists, the hands are wide, squeezing the seat heels to the back of the room. Lowering down either on our knees or for chaturanga, uncurling the toes, elbows stay in, lowering the torso down to the earth, and then making sure our hands are below our shoulders. Again, those fingers spread wide. Inhale, elbows stay in, squeeze the seat, rise up into cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, curl the toes, push up into downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, bring our right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring it forward, step in, and then here we're going to lift up our back heel, knee and ankle stay in line. Inhale, rising up into crescent lunge. So hips squared here, belly drawn in, pushing through that back heel. Shoulders away from the ears, arms overhead. You can bring your gaze to follow. We want to bend into that front knee, trying to get it 90 degrees. Breathing here. Crescent lunge or variation of warrior one. Taking a full inhale, and then exhale, we're going to bring the left arm forward, right arm back, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, we're going to bring the arms out to cactus arms, so 90 degrees, while lifting our heart up. Inhale, lift them back up, and then as we exhale again, cactus arms, let that heart shine. One more time, inhale, arms up, push through that back leg, and exhale, let the heart shine. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale, bring them back down to center. Bring the left elbow across the body, Hook it on the outside of the right knee. Push through that back leg here. Keeping the chest open, lifted. Bring that right shoulder back. Coming into a prayer twist. Imagine an energetic line from your back heel to the crown of your head. Breathing here, twist it all out, detoxing the body. Take one more full inhale. Exhale, twist, twist. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, push the back leg 90 degrees, bend back into that front leg. Bring the heel to line up with the back arch of the foot, bend into that front knee, warrior two. So again, knee and ankle in one line, pushing through that back heel. Make sure the arms are in one line at your side. Lift out of the waistline, belly drawn in. Lifting through the crown of the head. Our gaze is over our front middle finger. We want to make sure our hips are squared and open. So imagine we're pulling the mat apart with our inner thighs. Really stretching the hips here. Take one more full inhale. Exhale, bend a bit deeper. And inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, bring it 90 degrees, parallel with the other leg. And exhale, hands on the hips. Inhale, we're going to lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale. Inhale, bring the arms behind you, interlock the fingers here. Try to keep the wrists together if available. Again, we're going to open up through those shoulders. So we're going to inhale, let our heart shine up towards the sky. And as we exhale, coming down with a straight spine, belly stays in, lowering down to the earth. You can bring your wrists overhead, really feeling a stretch in those shoulders and the back of the neck. Again, imagining anything that no longer serves you, pouring out of the top of your head, trying to keep the wrists together, allows us to feel good. Breathe here. Feeling a stretch in the hamstrings as well. You can always pigeon toe the feet, so bring the big toes in towards each other. This makes it a bit easier for you. Take one more full inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. And inhale, we're going to rise up. Release the hands. And exhale. Inhale, we're going to bring the arms overhead. Exhale, bring them out to our sides. Draw the belly in. And slowly again come down with a straight spine. Bring the hands down to the earth. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Turn the front right foot in. Lift the back heel, coming into a runner's lunge. Ground down through the hands. Exhale, step back into plank. Same exhalation, either bring the knees down again or lower chaturanga, elbows in, torso lowers. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up to the sky. Exhale, bring it forward. Lifting up the back heel. Inhale, rising up to crescent lunge. Hips square. Knee and ankle in one line. Pushing through that back heel. Breathing here. Feeling strong. Belly in. Shoulders away from the ears. Heart shining. Take a full inhale. And then exhale, bring the right arm forward, left arm back, look back at the left arm, coming into a slight twist here. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, we're going to bring the arms back out 90 degrees, let the heart shine, cactus arms. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower down 90 degrees. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, 90 degrees. Inhale, up. Exhale, palms press overhead, bring them down to the heart. Bring the right elbow across to hook on the outside of the left knee. Pushing through that back heel, opening up the chest, bringing the left shoulder back. Imagining an energetic line from the crown of the head to the back heel. Twisting here, drawing the belly in, staying strong. Take a full inhale. Exhale, twist twist. And inhale, come back to center. And exhale, we're going to turn the back leg 90 degrees. Bring the arms out to the side, warrior two. So again, knee and ankle on one line, pushing through that back heel, lifting out of the waistline, belly drawn in, hips are open to the side, to the long side of the yoga mat. Really feeling a stretch through the hips, gaze over the front, middle finger. Breathing here, try to bend a little bit deeper in that front knee, trying to get it parallel with the bottom earth, 90 degrees. Take an inhale, lengthen through the front leg, and then exhale, turn it to face the back leg parallel. Then from here, we're going to drop our arms, and then inhale, bring them overhead, and exhale, bring it into the heart. Again, inhale, arms come out, palms press overhead, exhale, bring it into the heart. One more time, inhale, palms press overhead, exhale, bring it into the heart. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then exhale, bring the hands onto the hips and lower the spine down. Bring it down 90 degrees. Bring the hands down to the earth. And then from here, again, you can pigeon toe your feet. And you can just grab for the outsides of your ankles here. Dropping the head, allowing yourself to release. Really pulling on the outside edges of the heels, the ankles, feeling a stretch in the back hamstrings, allowing your neck to release. Breathing here. Take one more full inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Inhale, bring your hands back to center, come up halfway. And then exhale, we're going to turn our left foot towards the front of the mat. Lift up our back heel. Frame the foot coming into a runner's lunge. Ground down through the hands. Step back into plank pose. Either come down on your knees or elbows stay in, chaturanga. Inhale, rise up, shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the seat. Exhale, curl the toes. Coming into a downward facing dog. Take a full inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, you can jump or step to the top of your mat. Coming into a halfway lift, spine straight, lengthening here. And exhale, bringing the belly on the thighs, forehead below the knees. Pushing down through the feet. Inhale, rising up. Palms press. Exhale, bring it into the heart. From here, we're going to do one balancing posture, tree pose. So shifting your weight into your left leg here. We're going to inhale, lift up our right heel, and bring the sole of the foot to face the left ankle, inner ankle. You can leave your foot here, or you can bring it up onto your calf or your upper right thigh, just not above the kneecap. Check in with the hips, make sure they're squared. Try to bring that knee back. Bring the hands to heart center, draw the belly in. Feel stable, controlled, imagining roots coming out through your left foot, grounding you on the mat. Try to pick a drishti point where you can focus on, maybe on the ground about 4 feet in front of you. Option to bring the arms overhead, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing here. Take one more full inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Bring the hands down. Release the leg. Shake that off. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So shifting the weight to the right foot, inhale, lift the left heel up, place the sole of the foot on the right inner ankle. You can stay here or lift your foot up onto your calf or your upper thigh, just not above the kneecap, hips squared. Bring the knee back, lengthen through the spine, push down through that right foot. Feel the connection of the foot on the mat, feeling grounded. Hands at heart center. Pick a focal point, 4 feet in front of you on the ground. That's not moving. Rising through the crown of the head. You can bring your arms overhead if you like. Breathing here. Slowing down. Feeling strong and grounded like a tree, withstanding any wind that comes your way. Inhale to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Release the arms, release the leg. Shake that off, let that go. And then from here, we're going to inhale, again, come into mountain pose, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands ground, step back into plank pose, lower the torso down, chaturanga. Inhale, rise up, cobra, and exhale, downward dog. From downward dog, we're going to jump forward, but stay low and jump the feet about mat width distance apart. The big toes turning out, heels in. It's coming into a little squat pose. Malasana, then we're going to bring our hands to heart center, pushing the knees out with our elbows. Really good for the hips, good for grounding. Releases a lot of stress here. We hold on to so much in our hips. You can always bring a block underneath your seat if you need some support here. Just breathing here. I invite you to close your eyes. Feeling the connection of your hands at heart center. Releasing into those hips, allowing any emotions that arise to come through. Releasing them, surrendering to them. You can feel it in my hips, they're tight today. So breathe into any places of tension. Just come back to the breath and know that you can withstand anything and everything. Take one more inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. And inhale, bring your hands down. You can turn your feet in. Bring them in towards each other. Then you can lower down onto your seat and bring the feet forward. Having a bend in the knees. Just take a look behind you. Make sure there's room for your back body. And then I invite you to inhale, reach your arms forward, draw the belly in. And exhale, slowly lower down towards the earth, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your neck and head are the last things to come down. And then from here, I invite you just to walk your feet in closer towards your seat. Again, knees and feet are hip width distance apart. Hands down at your side. We're going to squeeze our seats and lift our hips up off of the earth, coming into bridge pose. Option with the hands to interlock the fingers underneath you, getting more of a shoulder opening here as well. Squeezing the seat, slight back bend. We're going to hold here, slow down the breathing. You got this. Take one more full inhale to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. And then inhale. And exhale, you can release the hands underneath you. Release the seat, lower it down to the earth. Bring the feet a mat width distance apart. Arms come out to the side, 90 degrees, cactus, and just gently sway the knees side to side at your own pace. Windshield wipering them back and forth.
Once you've evened out from right to left, you can inhale, draw the knees in, come in for a squeeze, a hug, maybe massage your lower back, side to side, let that go. And then I invite you to bring the soles of the feet up to the sky, keeping a bend in the knees. You can grab either the inner arches or the outer arches of your feet, whatever feels better, coming into a happy baby pose. So you can rock side to side here if you like. You can stay still. Sometimes that's more difficult. Again, this is so good for the hips. Try to keep the tailbone rooted on the earth. Breathe into your hips. This pose is so good for anxiety and stress. It really calms down the entire body, the entire nervous system. So just really allow yourself to slow down your breathing as well. You're doing so much good for your body here. And again, just notice and witness anything that comes up. If it comes up, don't push it away. Allow yourself to feel everything, knowing that you're going through healing, you're going through releasing. Yoga clears out the dust inside our bodies, shifts energies. So when we're clearing out the dust, this can bring up a lot of things we hid inside ourselves, old dust bunnies. And to clear them out for good, we have to look at them and face them, but then they will be gone for good. So just breathe here and allow everything, accept everything. Take one more full inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Inhale, you can draw the knees back in, come in for one final hug, massage the lower back side to side. And then exhale, you can release one leg and then the other, bring them out wide, bring the arms out wide. And come into your final resting pose, Savasana. And just really allowing yourself to feel all the goodness you did for the body, feeling looser, more limber, feeling a little bit more relaxed, I hope. And allow yourself at least 5 minutes here, if not longer. This is where your body integrates all of the work you just did. It integrates the energy you just shifted. So really give yourself this time for peace, for relaxation. Come back to your breath and stay here as long as you need. You have nowhere else to be. Your mat needs you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I hope this brings a little bit more peace into your day and into your life.